Man. We live. We on. Right? Alright. Mic check. Hello? Mic check, mic check. Alright. Welcome, guys. Before we get started, before I even start talking, before I introduce myself, I'm gonna check this time. I'm gonna turn this a little bit up, a little bit more. I want you guys to really hear this guy, man. One of my boys. One of my boys. You know, I don't really do this. Chat, I don't do this. I don't do the whole drama. I don't do it. But whenever it happens into a community that, especially if I care genuinely about the person, I'm going to react to it. So, two platforms. First of all, hold on. Hi. I'm Jeffy the Real. I'm back with another one. I'm here to do a quick reaction before we get into our gameplay tonight. I'm here to talk to my brother, bro. Stevie, hit me up, dog. Just, I don't want nothing from you. I don't want no clout. I don't want nothing. I want to see you do better, bro. This hurts my heart what we're about to do tonight. We got to have a quick conversation. I'm not going to play the entire video. Maybe the first 15 minutes of it. I want you guys to really hear this guy out. So, the whole Charlie Kirk thing happened, and that death apparently brought people's opinions to light. I think that is safe to say. So this episode of my brother, I call him my brother. He don't even know who I am, but I like to, there's some people I like to listen to on the way to work, on the way home from work. If it's not the Bible, you know what I'm saying? I like to really listen to other content creators and see where their mind is, and because they are also inspiring. Let's be honest. After tonight, bro, you still inspiring. I gotta give you that brotherly love and conversation. I have to make sure I am very fair with this episode tonight. My heart is hurt, bro. And to watch this happen to you, bro. You're gonna see what I'm talking about. So we have our brother here, Stevie Knight. He got into a nice debate with Abe. And I'm being fair to say that, because I love Abe as well. Abe and Preach. That's like one of the, you talk about information and like different perspectives and views of stuff. Abe and Preach is like, bro. So we're gonna react to this to see what happened. I'm gonna let you guys hear the first part, and we're gonna rock out to it. I'm gonna be completely honest on both sides. Y'all already know what it is, man. Like, comment, subscribe, show some love out there somewhere. If it ain't here, show it here. He need it. He's going through it right now. He's getting labeled with a lot of people, like Officer Tatum. Who's the other one? The Hodge twins. Like, he's in that circle. He's like, I won't say he's all the way over. I would say he's like borderline. He's over here and over here at the same time. But y'all know how I feel about growth. So we about to get into this thing. Hopefully everybody is in here. What up, though? Let me know you here, bro. What up? Yeah, man. We about to react to this thing real quick. But before we start, too, this dude has one of the hardest intros. That beat, dog, is so cold. All right. I'm getting beside myself. Let's go.
I cannot say that I saw this coming. Look like Abba.
So this is a reaction to the previous conversation that him and Abe had about the debate about Charlie Kirk. Stevie's more on the side of Charlie. Abe is more on the side of, nigga, what are you talking about? Charlie was terrible. So we about to check this out. Let's go.
Made a follow-up video to our debate the other day.
Mm-hmm.
When we were debating Kirk issues, and he's titled this video,
it's nice.
This debate red pilled me, but it's the thumbnail, he got a picture of me and him on it. You know what I mean?
All right, real quick. So if you don't know who Abe and Preach is, they are comedians as well as like this reporter / perspective passing on and data research. They're comedians. Somewhere in there, they are really mastering that. They are hilarious. And the thumbnails catch people every time. I mean, you see where they at, man. They doing pretty well. He's doing pretty well. Hopefully this does not hurt his career too much, and we're going to talk about it, bro. So let's go.
And Abba ain't no stranger to doing the extra. So
he's a comedian.
What the angle is, bro?
He's a comedian. Don't take it personally.
I ain't take anything negative from that experience. I thought it was a pretty cordial, productive conversation. You know what I mean? So yeah, this video was 31 minutes long, man. But, let's get it.
Do you agree that there's a lot of parents who neglect those children?
Yeah.
Okay, so do you think that those kids should suffer because they have bad parents?
No,
Okay,
I
so
don't think they should, but bad shit happens.
on to the
You
next
know,
point.
and there's so many people that die from car accidents, bro. You get shit. It's bad, up shit happens. Like we can't save everybody. We can't save everybody, bro. Like it is.
But just because we can't save everybody doesn't mean we don't try.
I'm advocating for kids to take advantage of the surplus of food available to them in the different ways that it is.
Yeah.
It's not on somebody to do it, bro. Like, you know, you're shitty parents. I get it, dog. This life. Life is fucking hard, dog. And some.
Okay, so before he reacts, this is where I am, because I watched this episode. Here's where I'm at with it. I get what Stevie is saying. Don't ever take this out of context. I completely understand exactly what he's saying, right? Here's the thing. You did it on camera. And you showed people your true colors. Right? So there's people in the world, like, yes, you are a millionaire, but you are for self. You're not really for the community, and that it's easy for the community to paint you as a terrible person because you are all about yourself. Stevie, if that happened to your children, or God forbid that you are ever in that position in life, I pray that you never experience that. Or if you have, you know what it's like. You gotta be a little more empathetic, bro, to people's situations. People are really working their behinds off. Behinds. Where is your heart? I'm going to mention the heart a lot of times tonight. It is the key. Dude, if you want to be a decent human in general, your heart has to be protected. And when it speaks, you have to roll with that, bro. I know it sounds crazy, but let's go.
Children are born in up circumstances, bro. It is what it is.
Yeah, but I had
That's
a
what it
debate
is.
with Stevie Knight from Night Talk. He reached out to me to have a discussion after he covered our Kirk video a while back. There's like two parts that really like threw me off a lot.
There should be free school lunch for all children.
No.
Why?
Of course not. Because parents should feed their kids, not the government.
What if they can't?
Let's go get a job.
A child? You
No,
want child
the parents.
Terrible. And this is what I'm talking about, right? Not everything Charlie Kirk says is wrong. There's a lot of viewpoints that he says is right. But majority of the stuff that comes out of his mouth is terrible. Completely wrong. No, I don't know where he gets his research from sometimes. Again, to the family, I pray that you guys are, you heal, but also you work on your heart as well. Because if you believe what he believes, you ain't no different. Seriously, though, like this world that we live in is a lot of back and forth, bro. And it's like nobody is willing to just firmly say it. We have lost our hearts. We don't care about nobody else but ourselves. Indian, black people, white people, it don't matter. Chinese, Vietnamese. Don't nobody care about nobody. Hey man, I see you struggling as a person, not even just a culture, not even just a color. You struggling. I'm gonna have empathy for you. I'm gonna want to try to give you $5 if I got it, 10, 20 if you struggling. If I got it, bro. Come on, man. Where's the heart? This is what we're talking about.
Should go get the job. You are a dumb dude.
You want them to go get a job.
Don't give me this stuff.
People work their ass off.
First of all, this is really.
I want children to eat.
Of course I do. Show me a single child in America going hungry. Doesn't exist. It does not exist. We have a child obesity problem.
So I'm like,
a child obesity problem is an extreme conversation. That's what we call extreme. You went from 0 to 100 and you didn't even address the other numbers in between. You see that you're diabetic or you're hungry. You can't be like thin, skinny, and not a diabetic and hungry. Like there's no such thing as that. I don't know what paint they're trying to use on this conversation, but Abe, I'm not gonna hold you. You are You are a murderer. You ain't right. You literally chip so many armors in conversations, and I gotta give it to him. The dude he's a genius. Don't agree with a lot of things that he say as well, but by the majority, it's like, yeah, I mean, that makes sense. You do the research, and we're gonna address them.
If you just Google it, what he said is a blatant lie. But the smugness with which he said that
million people.
Says in the U.S., around 13 to 14 million children experienced food insecurity in recent years, with 1 in 5 children lacking consistent access to enough food.
That means you're starving. If your body is craving a meal and you give me ramen noodles, because you know I'm from the hood, we used to survive on ramen noodles, butter on top of jelly, toast. When times were hard, we had to survive off of ramen noodles, bro. We were hungry. That is called starving. Not starving to death. And that's what I'm talking about. Bro, like, chill. Chill.
Condition known as food insecurity means families don't have reliable access to enough food. The number has seen a significant increase, with 2022 data showing a rise in child food insecurity, reversing previous declines. But where in that does it say kids are starving?
Continue to show grace. Even on myself, even on everybody. What do you mean, bro? Where does it say starving? What do you mean? Starving is you having lack of nutrition. Like your body is shaking like this. That means you're starving. Now, am I starving to death? No. By the end of the night, maybe they work a 12-hour, 16-hour shift, whatever. The parents work. Or if it's a single mom, maybe the dad's incarcerated or he died, or the mother passed of childbirth, or I don't know. It's a lot of stuff people deal with, man. You can't just say go get a job. And people had 2-3 kids into their marriage or relationship, and then things just tragically happen sometimes. Where is your heart in this conversation, bro?
We can't be switching words out now, man. Food insecurity is entirely different than starving. That was the question posed in that debate with Kirk. And even with addressing this topic, I mean, I haven't seen where he's going with it, bro. But this video was one of the videos Alba cherry picked to manufacture a narrative about Kirk trying to highlight him as disgusting. So, like, we're moving the goalposts and discussing a different topic.
What do you mean we're moving the goalposts? He said that. If the book is called I Hate PlayStations and Black People, is that not enough information for me to judge a book by its cover? Is that not enough for me to at least, if I don't know you, right? But I accept what you deliver unto me. And the first words I see of your book is I hate PlayStations and Black people. It's going to look a certain way. I'm not going to want to read that. I'm going to judge the book by its cover. I'm going to judge it by its title. Yes, what do you mean? Now, whether if I pick it up and read it or not, that's up to me, right? It caught my attention. Cool. You know, you did your part. Whatever purpose you wanted it to do in the community, it worked. It did. What up, though? Welcome to the stream, baby. We are just chatting it up. We getting it in, bro. I'm not even here to talk right now. I'm sorry. No. I'm not doing that right now. So yeah, no, that's what the conversation is, my guy. The conversation is how he feels about, let's say, I believe he said something crazy. Yes, I do believe that, I will sacrifice in the community, dun-duns, in the communities, I'm not going to say the word, for me to have my rights for my gun. That's crazy. That means you lack empathy. You lack empathy for people that's out that don't look like you or in your neighborhood. Then that means you lack also character. Because character plays a part in all things. Love plays a part in everything. Your character is also judged on your morals. Your character is who you are. There's no moving goalposts.
Hopefully he doesn't take. You know what? I'm gonna wait. Before I get ahead of what's going on here, man, because he may address it. But yeah, it says food insecurity, bro. It doesn't say people starving. Oh, let me ask ChatGPT and see how many people are actually starving in America, because I don't
found
even
it. It was 14.
I know ERS and May.
We have got to the point where literally
oh my God, I did not pay for
anybody can build a fully working app without knowing how to.
Shout out, my friend.
14 million children live in a food insecure household in 2023. That represented about 1 child in 5 experiencing some level of food insecurity during the year. Local conditions vary a lot. Some countries and communities have much higher child food insecurity rates. Important distinction: starving describes severe malnutrition and is relatively rare in the U.S. The larger measurable problem is food insecurity. People missing meals, cutting portion sizes, or not having reliable access to nutritious food. Surveys show many parents skip or reduce their own meals to feed children, so child hunger is a serious public health and developmental issue, even if full clinical starvation is uncommon. I mean, so we're talking about two different things.
I understand that we put so much trust into things like GPT and Google, but the definition is starving. When you're really hungry, what do you say? I am starving. I can't, I'm weak. Starving to me, this is a personal feeling. This is not the definition, right? Starving is like I'm starving and I ate something and I'm still hungry. There are millions of houses that are still like that. They ate something and they're still hungry. You need to eat, they say, 3 times a day. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And if you really want to get things together, you eat small portions at a lot of times throughout the day though. You know what I'm saying? So it's when you're having this conversation, I get it. They gave you the definition. I get it. Right? Starvation is literally, I don't have the nutrition value of my body. We need nutrition. A sandwich isn't going to get it. I'm still hungry. Come on, man. There are millions of kids out there starving, bro. There are literally a lot of kids not able to perform. They're not able to perform well because they're hungry, bro. They're starving. Come on, man.
But for the sake
can't
of the
perform in
argument,
schools and stuff like that.
Insecure point he's trying to make, man, but that wasn't the question that was posed to Kirk. We don't have a starvation problem. You know what I mean? Skipping meals, not getting, the nutritious meals, bodies require. It's another conversation. But at the same time, we talking about schools providing the foods. And I don't know how familiar y'all are with the actual food that these public schools give children at the cafeteria, bro, it ain't the highest of quality, right?
Facts.
That's a whole different conversation,
Facts.
bro.
Depending on what school you go to. I didn't experience DPS schools. I experienced Taylor schools, and I experienced Novi. When I say that each one has its own class, and Novi it's not even close. Novi had Pizza Hut. They had chicken places. They had like contract deals, like actual restaurants in there. So I get it. Like, we're playing with words here. Yes, it is definitely an important conversation. Hey, baby. Yes, it is. Because the conversation, we can't treat it lightly. I don't know. You can say you're hungry, I guess, but who are you to tell me if I'm not starving? Like, what is starving? What come on, bro.
But anyway, I want to continue before I start nitpicking this shit like crazy.
What he said is a blatant lie. But the smugness with which he said that stuff, he's like, well, the parents should pay it. Well, we all know there's bad parents out there. We all know there's like parents who neglect their kids, parents who got on drugs, whatever it could be.
Facts.
And Stevie was like aggressively defending the stance. Go get food stamps. You can get food at churches. There's no reason to starve. Do you remember that?
Yeah, there's no reason to starve in America. It's like 1% of households. What I say, starve. This is food insecurity.
If the CPS found out how many times you feed your child, if it's once a day and they only eat, they miss a meal every now and then, what do you think they're gonna call that? They're ripping children away from that exact reason. They're glad they can't wait to whip your kids. It's so much easier for them to take your kids away than it is for you to get them back. Just a fact.
Starving and food insecurity are entirely two different things. You saw this,
bro.
It says starvation is extremely uncommon, extremely rare in America, but they came up with a new definition or a new problem labeled food insecurity.
That's a great point. So when we were growing up, so what happened to the information that we were in at the time? Does that not mean like we're just going to rewrite just because they said and they changed the word? Now it doesn't represent what the hell we're talking about anymore? What are you doing, man? Bro, you're arguing. I get it. You're trying to prove yourself right with the word and the definition of it. And you just confirmed that they changed it to another word. That's America. That's been American history that's been the world. We always put words on top of words and we take words out. That does not mean that what the conversation about and what we're talking about here, that don't mean that it's like anything else changed. What are we doing?
Which means you may not have adequate food available. You may skip meals. You're still eating. You're not starving. That's a different problem, man. So we're moving the goalposts. We're moving the goalposts. I wish we could have gotten this conversation during the debate and not trying to do this, after the fact shit, man. But yeah, this is cap. All right, this is cap. Like I guess technically a hunger issue, bro. But people are not starving to death in America, bro. Motherfuckers are fat as hell.
But I remember just...
Yay. He just said that. He said that so bad. I love you, Stevie. I love you, bro. Oh my God. My bad, Jack. That'll be the story. Yo, hey, I love you, bro. You gotta hold this L. You are not God. You are not somebody that can speak to everybody's scenario, moment. People lost their jobs. People lost their parents, passed on. Parents, I don't know. Some disease creep up, ALS. Things happen. We can't speak as a blanket. You're not there. You can't hold your conversation as if it is a blanket. You can't do that. You don't know what's going on in other people's homes, bro. Yeah, they might be fat. They might have been being fed well and lost everything because their parents lost a job. A 6-figure job. Or whatever. 80K. And now they lost it. Something happened or they lost their license. Things happen. We don't need to do this, man. Come on.
Throwing me off because I'm like, what possesses an adult to look like a 7-year-old? And like I said, there's 14 million kids suffer from food scarcity. That means they don't know where they're gonna get their next meal. I went to school with niggas like that. Y'all didn't go to school with nobody who just sometimes they would show up and they didn't have a lunch, and the teacher would sometimes have to fill in if they would. But I remember some lunches.
I gotta say this again, bro.
Hell yeah.
Clearly saw me state that there is no starvation problem in America.
You gotta stop. They changed the word. They just changed the word. I've never heard of food insecurities in my life. I heard of starvation. I've heard of hunger. Those words have been around. Food insecurity, it's got to be fairly new. Like,
children are not emaciated. When I'm talking about this, I'm thinking of the likes of like famine. You know what I mean? Skinny extremities, popped out bellies, like really starving. People in America do
no. Do not compare us to other third world countries and other countries. I think we are the first. We're the first country. No. Don't compare us to them. If you compare us to them, that's like comparing our work ethic to them. It's always going to be higher. They got to go out. They got to get out the mud. That's why you see every other like crazy, other kinds of places where they like go through a lot of stuff. Africans walk like 16 miles to work or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Indians got to work like they got to keep it in the family name. They got to work their behinds off. They are working. We sitting up here, we talking about each other on YouTube. They gotta go get it out the mud, dog. Come on, man. What are you talking about?
not know what starving feels like. We don't suffer from that. Anyway.
The kids didn't get shit. They used to have to eat out of other kids' boxes. And, people are like, oh, what's wrong with skipping a meal? When you're in development, it's bad. It stunts your growth. Their academic scores are lower on average as well.
It is hard to believe, but a government report out tonight says more than 17 million American children don't know where their next meal is coming from. Many count on school food programs. But what happens now that school is out?
And then afterwards, Stevie's like, well...
If homeless or hungry, they can go get some fucking food, dog. Food stamps, bro. The homeless don't go hungry, bro. They can go get a meal if they want to get a meal.
What? The homeless are not hungry. If they want to go get a meal, they can go get a meal. Stevie, you look crazy. It's my dog, bro. No. That's not true, bro. That's just not true. What you call dumpster diving? You call that a meal? You think you're gonna get the best value nutrition out of it possible? Fresh hot. Not like all mold and your body is like breaking down and getting all sick from. You don't know what that's like either, Knight. You don't know. That's what I'm talking about. What are you doing? They can't just wake up and go get a meal. Not everybody has that type of community, bro. Some places are blessed that can have that. There are people out there that cannot. They don't know where the next meal is going to come from. Come on, man.
You're comparing children to homeless. Have you not been a child before? Do you think kids know where to? Yeah, but the teacher
Call parties that do this for a living to find children the resources that they need. Like teachers do this all the time. They'll see a child that may be neglected and they'll make the calls or alert people to, intervene.
You want to call child services? You want to put them in foster care?
It may be.
That's an entirely different conversation. But that's what Knight did. He walked into another trap. That's the sensitivity of this conversation, right? You can't mention one thing and then mention another problem and think that you just made your way out of it. Now, they might not be starving after this conversation, or they might still be, depending on what, family you put them with. But there are so many weird foster parents out here, bro. They are doing like wicked stuff to children. I worked with, just my personal experience, my little small sample size. I work with abuse and neglect children, 12 to 18. Well, one of the stories I heard and read in their history and how they had to treat these children, you don't even know what you're talking. You don't even know what you're talking about here, bro. That's not a solved problem. It's almost a 50-50 chance they run into another great situation. A lot of times they don't have that support, bro. They don't have that, like, man, come on, you don't even know what you're walking into.
Better than having the shooty ass parents.
Have you looked into foster care, Stevie? Have you Googled foster care?
Yeah, but you're describing these parents as ain't shit, bro. Like it is bad shit happens.
You want the teacher to wait till the kid's like emaciated and clearly skinny?
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? It's
that's what
crazy.
I'm saying. I was like, okay, this.
How am I saying we're waiting for the kids to be emaciated? Teachers are aware of, good teachers are aware of their students' conditions, man, and if they notice something off, maybe they may notice a child looking extra hungry. It's the same thing as like if they notice, a child that may be getting abused at the home. They're gonna make calls necessary to rectify the situation. They see a child that may look like they're hungry, they're eating super aggressive at the cafeteria, or maybe they're, going through other people's.
You're talking as if that is the best solution. They might not be eating here as much, but they are definitely getting treated like shit and abused and secretly molested, infested, and Pepe. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to call it. I'm still working on that. There are some crazy stuff happening to children out here. And it's almost like it's coming off as insensitive. Like, you don't have, where's your empathy? Where's your heart in this conversation? Listen, I want to skip a little bit more because they started mentioning other things.
It's non-existent in America, bro.
Do you guys even Google this stuff? Do you guys even look into it? But you speak confidently against this stuff that's hurting hundreds and thousands of kids. And I'm like, I don't get it.
Hoarder House in Lansing?
Oh my God. I need to pay for that. I need to pay for this, bro. Somebody told me, hey, shout out to you, bro. I should have did that. I'm learning. Leave me alone.
And see when I pose that question. I haven't even looked up the stats. Just know, literally to the sense of starvation. Man, you saw ChatGPT said starving is almost non-existent in America, bro.
Do you guys even Google this stuff? Do you guys even look into it? But you speak confidently against this stuff that's hurting hundreds and thousands of kids. And I'm like, I don't get it.
I'll ask you a question.
Children 1%.
Which one is higher, the amount of abortions in America or the amount of starving children in America?
The amount of starving kids in America.
Oh, that's cap. That's cap.
That's cap. Did
That's
you
cap.
Google it?
I don't
Did you
need to.
Google
I
it?
don't need to
Look,
Google it, but
you don't need facts. But you know what? Facts don't care about how you feel
all
about
right.
it. I need you to Google it.
Rebuttal. Let me before I cook.
Okay,
Come
I'll
on.
Google it.
Go-
When
go
somebody Google it in the chat, bro. But if we're pushing the goalposts and saying children that are not getting their meals or don't know where their next meal is coming from, that's another conversation to be had. I clearly kept repeating, starving, starving, starving.
I'm done. I'm done. No. You tell me what you think about it in the comments, man, and be respectful. Just be respectful. That is a pretty sensitive conversation to have. I'm not gonna have you hold you. Excuse me. It's bothering me. I'm not gonna hold you, bro. Uh, that's a sensitive conversation because I understand where people are coming from, but maybe people just need to stop having children and all this other stuff and get married and stuff like that. And I understand that, but sometimes things just happen. You act like you held out to marriage. It happens. Things happen. Not by accident. Sometimes by accident. Sometimes people got car accidents. I can name all the terrible things that could just happen to you, bro. I went hiking. All right, chill out. All right, and the Jaguar with AIDS came and got me. I don't know. It's the world we live in. Okay, so we just got to be a little more empathetic to the other side and to other people, and just try to understand the other side, bro. That's the only thing I can say. You're too busy worried about word plays. I don't know. I don't know why you're stuck on the word starvation. But yeah, man. I pray that the brother gets well. There was more. I just wanted to cover that because that was already loaded. That's like a loaded one right there. Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. I'm curious what y'all think down below. We're about to get this stream on. Till next time, man. Steve, I still got love for you, big dog. But you gotta grow. You gotta grow, bro. You gotta grow. No, I can't talk about that right now. Cause now I'll be here for another hour. I'll be here for an hour, bro. Yeah, I'll be here for an hour. I can't talk about this. But I will give you a snippet. There was a conversation about, black crimes on there. And that's when I was like, oh, you on the other side. You on the other side of the world. You that nigga. Yeah. Apparently, mentioned a couple things about Charlie Kirk, his views on him, how he feels about black pilots and all that stuff like that. And I get it. I guess he said things like, oh, I would be, wondering why and why you're here, or no, it's not like that. It was like, I don't want to search for it right now. I got to get going. But he mentioned something about hopefully that guy is qualified to fly this plane. It was something crazy. It was crazy ass shit. But we're gonna react to that maybe tomorrow. I gotta slow walk this. It's like all my dogs is falling this year. No life shot, but he showed growth. He did. He addressed it. He showed growth. He said, I'm sorry. It's misunderstanding. Squash it. Move it on. That's growth. We all need to do that as men, bro. Men, we need to hold each other accountable. For real. Steve, I got you tomorrow, man. I don't hate you. It's just all love. Get it together, bro. All right, bro. Deuce.